Heard you needed somebody to rebound for you.
What's up, my guy? How you doing? Nice to finally meet you.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you, man.
Congratulations.
Appreciate that.
I couldn't pass the torch to a better guy.
I appreciate that, man.
When did you start thinking about it?
I would say Eric Reid told me about it, but it was more so I was tracing Udonis Haslem. And then obviously it got to the point where I could catch you. And now we're here.
Now we're here. I got another record for you that you're not going to catch, though.
Which one?
21 2020s.
Ah, yeah, you got that one. Yeah, you got that. Just let y'all know I'm getting a torch passed by somebody that I've obviously at this point caught his record, but to be someone where I first got here and everybody was talking about Rony Seikaly, one of the pioneers for Miami Heat basketball, and I was like, Rony Seikaly, who's Rony Seikaly? So I'm doing all this history and I'm like, people don't understand, like they don't talk about you enough, honestly. First ever Heat draft pick.
9th pick in the draft, and they're first in the NBA. The Miami Heat select Rony Seikaly from Syracuse University.
He's averaged a double-double every season except for his first. And your favorite type of music is like?
House music.
House music. So there you go, from a young player knowing your history.
No, thank you.
It's great to have one of our legends back. Also, this is the spin doctor. A lot of y'all don't know that, but this is the spin doctor. That right block right there was the money maker. So
yeah.
Nice spin move by Seikaly. The spin doctor works the drop step to perfection. On Ewing, left wing, fakes him out of his shoes and dunks it in over him. They bump. Seikaly fakes, scoops, hits, and draws the foul.
In my era now, we don't have a lot of blue-collar rebounders anymore, but you know, I definitely one of them that I'm getting in the trenches. I like those type of environments because literally you're playing one-on-one for a rebound. That's how I look at it. And you know, I'm not the biggest guy out there. It's really just effort.
Bam wrestles away the offensive rebound. How about that desire?
Another thing is just like, you know, the skill and the perseverance to pursue the ball. You know, people don't understand, like, when you're kind of fighting inside and getting these rebounds, not too many people want that dirty job.
Back to Edwards on the right side from 20. Shadow behind the air, no good. Seikaly with his 19th rebound, takes it inside, dunks it. Seikaly!
Junkyard dog work.
Yeah, nobody wants to get into the trenches and fight for it.
Fact.
Seikaly, offensive rebound, and slam! And that's the 21st rebound tonight. There's another one for Seikaly. Seikaly will sit down with 34 rebounds.
People don't understand how skillful you have to be to actually get 34 rebounds. And obviously that is, because like I said, like we're not 7'4", and we're actually have to calculate how to get a rebound. So to get 34, you might got that record for a long time. You got that one.
I remember actually, you know, sometimes you just feel a little looser than others and you got a little more pep in your step somehow. So I walk up to Eric Reid and I said, I think I'm gonna be on a Spalding diet tonight. It was one of those special nights where the game was moving, it was moving in slow motion for me. I can just tell where the ball's gonna end up always.
I think my career high is like 21, 22 maybe. I have 34 rebounds.
There's a caveat to the 34 rebounds. I got pulled out with 7 minutes left in the game, so I could have had 40 on the trajectory that I was going at.
Nah, I'm salty if they pull you out the game. Yeah, that's crazy. That's unfair.
You know, the difference between today's game and the game back then is that I was fighting against a bunch of 7-footers that only played inside. So getting rebounds back then against Barkley, Shaq, Olajuwon, Karl Malone, Patrick Ewing, Charles Oakley,
dog fights.
So everybody wants to front you. Everybody wants to, try to hold you down. All the little tricks.
Our game is a lot different. We shoot way more threes. For us, we have bad bounces. And bad bounces is obviously you hit the rim and you don't know where it's gonna go. So for me, it's more so being able to be quick enough to get to those. Those are the ones that start to add up. When you get the out of position rebounds, you get about 4 of those, and you get a couple offensive rebounds. The next thing you know, you're at like 12 or 13 without a point.
Oh, the bam slam. Alley-oop for Seikaly, and he dunks.
I don't know how it's done in today's game, but back then, it was an art. It was all about just looking at somebody's eyes and not having to kind of
Connection.
It's just a connection, and I would just run, not even look, and I was just knowing that the ball is going to be around the rim somewhere and just go get it and dunk it. And to me, Pearl Washington was the best at that, and then Sherman Douglas came in and just took the baton from Pearl Washington. But these guys were just so natural at it because throwing a lob is not that easy. And they used to just throw perfect lobs.
My favorite person that passed me the ball was probably Dwayne Wade. I mean, we look at the scoring, but to me, D-Wade was hands down one of the best alley-oop passes ever. Like, he is on time, on target every time. To have a guy like that throw you passes and understanding he could literally shoot the ball at any point, there's appreciation for having that connection, having that where you don't have to explain it. You just know, like, all right, I'm in the right spot, he's in the right spot, and this is the connection that's gonna happen every time. You were the first ever. Like, franchise was made and they was like, we're picking Rony Seikaly. What were your emotions when you heard Rony Seikaly was going to the Miami Heat?
This is exactly where I wanted to be. I had the highest expectations. I really wanted to succeed. I wanted to come and do something special for Miami. But I hadn't understood what an expansion team is.
That little flame in the back, okay? That's what we're all about, okay? A little fire, a little spitting fire every night. Get on them loose balls, play your ass off. That's it. Here we go now. Let's go now.
So we kind of built that hard work, and that was kind of our staple. So we lost a lot of games, but the fans were thankful and grateful that we actually tried our best and did what we could. We just fought and fought as much as we could.
Tonight, the Heat host the Orlando Magic. And good evening, everyone. Welcome back to NBA basketball, Miami Heat style.
We have one person in the comment, and that is a very great commentator that I've known to get along with, and that's Reid.
Reid is one of a Hall of Famer, broadcaster. We go back to my college days. He was calling games for Providence, and we have that same kind of rapport that you do, probably pushing you the same way he pushed me.
When I was getting close, he'd be like, man, you only need 12. you only need 9. You only need 8. And it was every day. And it got to a point where obviously we were bringing you back into the loop of the era now today. But it just shows how long Reid's been around, to where he can see somebody set a record and then see somebody else break it.
Yeah.
So it just shows the knowledge of the game that he has as well.
Rozier for Bam, and a slam. A grand slam for Bam. Down the lane, off to Seikaly, and Seikaly slam dunks.
This is truly a joy to be with Miami's 2 double-double kings. And what a privilege for Heat Nation and for me to have witnessed all of it. Rony last played for the Heat in the 1993-94 season. Guys, that was 31 years ago. One thing I want to ask you both about, I love the stat, double-doubles. The easier part is 10 points. 10 rebounds, that's what makes it special. And it's rebounding for guys like you has always been a joy for me to watch, because you could be as selfish as you want as a rebounder, and it's going to help your team. Talk about the mindset, the mentality, and the team stat that great rebounders bring?
It's a mindset, it's perseverance, it's the hunger for the ball, it's knowing that you're going to get held down, and how do you overcome all these things that are going to happen in the game. And with time, with effort, with practice, with experience, you figure out all the tricks, because you know that everybody's going to try to hold you back. And you got to overcome that mentally, physically, and with brains.
You know, I had somebody, my OG, Udonis Haslem, push me to become a great rebounder. And, you know, just having that mentality of I'm going to get every rebound. You just have to have that in you. Some of that has to be who you are and what you're made for, what you're built for. This is one of my special gifts. I'm sitting here now in front of the man who set the record.
This franchise has had some other great big men, Shaquille O'Neal and Alonzo Mourning. What's it like to be part of that kind of group that has anchored this franchise over 37 years?
I mean, for me personally, it's an honor to be mentioned with those guys. The fact that we're talking about them humbles me. You know, I played against Shaq, and I know what it was to play against him and try to get rebounds against him. It really, truly is a blessing to say that my record was there for 31 years with all these incredible players that have played for the past 31 years. I can't believe it, honestly. So that's why I'm super happy to pass the baton to Bam, because he deserves it. They all came through, and he was the one that got it.
Bam boxing out. He's got it. There's a new double-double king in Miami.
First thing, congrats again, Bam.
How old are you, Bam?
27.
So that record's been there before you were born. And
I
you
know.
came back and you got it. That's amazing. And I hope that it takes somebody else another 35 years, somebody who's just been in his diapers right now, looking at Bam and saying, I want that.
Hopefully you read your around to.
Well, there'll be somebody else to take care of that. But what I am on record as saying, and I mean this with all my heart, with every Heat legend he passes in the franchise record books, more of a Heat legend he becomes. And I agree with Ronnie, it couldn't happen to a better guy and a more deserving player.
Appreciate
Absolutely.
that, man. Thank y'all. Appreciate that. I'm almost teared up.
You know, it's crazy. You sit in the same seat that he sat in on that first bus. And there was a game maybe 3 months ago. I'm sitting in my 7th or 8th row there. And I see our massage therapist, Vinny Aquilino, sitting in your 4th seat on the left. And as fate would have it, you did not kick Vinny out of the seat. You came to the middle of the bus and sat in the row next to me. And I thank Vinny for this recently. Because if he didn't sit in your seat, this initial conversation between you and I would have never happened. I said, Bam, first of all, you should have kicked Vinny out of your seat. And then I said to you, you know who the first Heat player to sit in that seat was? And you said, who? And I said, Rony Seikaly. And I paused. Have you ever heard of him? And he snaps his head around and said, heard of him? I'm trying to break his record.
So how did you pick your seat?
Well, I used to wear the number 4 jersey, and I was always superstitious about where I sat. And once I sat in that 4th seat on the left side, I just never wanted to change it. 2, the back of the bus was a little too rowdy for me. So I would concentrate a little bit better sitting in the front and just kind of focusing in on the homework for the night.
I just sat there because, one, I was a rookie at the time, and I didn't want to go all the way to the back seat. So they kind of was like, it's an empty seat right here, right behind Andy. I was like, all right, 4th seat on the left. I've been there ever since. Whoever is next to get 4th seat on the left, just understand you got another torch to carry. So Ronnie, I know you're passing the torch to me. Obviously, it started with you, the Miami Vice. You know, y'all started this wave of the standard of being professional, and you know, to see your name on another jersey again, and you know, it's got the Miami Heat. You know, I just want you to fully understand how blessed I am for this to happen to me, and for me to be giving you this jersey, because it's not a lot of people that did to say they get to pass a Heat legend.
Thank you so much, man.
I just want to say thank you, man.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.